Imagine for a moment that the universe is like a mirror. Whatever you put in front of it, your thoughts, your beliefs, your energy, it reflects back to you. Success, wealth, happiness. These aren't just things that happen by chance. They are attracted, pulled into existence by the force of your own mind. This is the law of attraction. And today we're going to break it down into actionable steps that will transform the way you think, act, and manifest success into your life. 1. Clarity. Define what you want. Success doesn't come to those who wish. It comes to those who know. The universe cannot give you what you desire if you don't even know what that is. Take a moment to ask yourself, what do you truly want? Not just vague ideas like, I want to be rich or I want to be happy. No, be specific. I want to earn 100,000 this year. I want to wake up every morning feeling grateful for my work. I want to build a business that allows me to travel the world. Once you define it, write it down. Your goals must be as clear as a blueprint because clarity fuels intention, and intention is the first step to attraction. Think of success as a destination. Would you ever set out on a journey without knowing where you're going? No map, no directions. Just wandering, hoping to stumble upon something worthwhile. That's exactly how most people approach success. They drift through life wishing for more, but never defining what more actually means. And so they get nothing. The mind thrives on precision. The clearer your vision, the more focused your actions become. When you specify exactly what you want, your brain begins working to find ways to make it happen. You start noticing opportunities that were always there but previously unseen. The people you need, the resources, the ideas, they begin to align. This isn't magic, it's psychology. It's the power of a directed mind. But clarity alone is not enough. Once you know what you want, you must act. Success isn't about daydreaming, it's about deciding. Deciding to move forward, deciding to do the work, deciding that failure is not an option. Every great achievement starts with a single step. That step is commitment. Commitment to your vision, to your goals, to your own potential. This is where most people fail. They wish for success, but they are not committed to doing what it takes. They hesitate, they doubt. And so they stay exactly where they are. But not you. You will define your vision. You will write it down. You will take action, and you will make success inevitable, because success doesn't come to those who sit back and hope. It comes to those who know exactly where they're going and take the steps to get there. 2. Align your thoughts with success. Here's the truth. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe. If deep down you believe you're not worthy of success, no amount of effort will change your reality. You might work hard, push yourself, and take action. But if your subconscious mind rejects the idea of success, you will always find ways to sabotage yourself. That's why so many people remain stuck, trapped in their own self-imposed limitation. You must reprogram your mind to align with the success you seek. How? By replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Every time you say, I'll never be successful, you reinforce a reality where success is impossible. But when you shift that to success is inevitable for me, you rewire your mind to expect success, to attract it, and to act accordingly. When you say, I'm not good enough, you build a mental prison that keeps you small. But when you replace it with, I am constantly improving and growing, you give yourself permission to evolve, to learn, and to rise. Your thoughts are powerful signals. Every thought you think is an instruction to your subconscious mind, telling it what to create. If you fill your mind with self-doubt, you manifest obstacles. But if you fill your mind with certainty and belief, you manifest opportunities. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do you think they got there by doubting themselves? No. They believed in their vision long before the world did. They acted with confidence even when there was no evidence of success. And because of that belief, success had no choice but to follow. You must do the same. Right now, decide to think like a winner. Replace hesitation with certainty. Replace fear with faith. Stop hoping and start knowing. Say it to yourself. Success is inevitable for me. Repeat it until it becomes part of you. Until every action you take reflects that belief. Until every move you make aligns with the person you are becoming. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe. So believe in your success. Believe in your power. And watch the world reflect that belief right back to you. 3. Visualize success as if it's already happened. Visualization is not just daydreaming, it's a strategy. Top athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders use this technique. They see their success in their mind before it happens in reality. They don't just hope for it, they mentally experience it over and over until their brain accepts it as inevitable. So every morning, close your eyes and see yourself living your dream life. Feel the emotions as if it's already happening. If your goal is to own a business, visualize signing deals, meeting clients, seeing money flow into your account. Make it real in your mind. Smell the office air, hear the hum of conversation, feel the handshake of a new client. The more vivid your visualization, the stronger the impact on your subconscious. Why does this work? Because the brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When you vividly visualize success, your brain starts rewiring itself to align with that reality. Your subconscious mind begins to find ways to make it happen. You start noticing opportunities, developing confidence, and taking actions that bring your vision to life. Think about how athletes prepare for a big game. They don't just practice physically, they rehearse mentally. They see themselves scoring, winning, dominating. When the time comes, their mind has already lived the moment, so their body follows effortlessly. That's the power of visualization. But here's the key. Visualization alone is not enough. You must combine it with action. You can't just sit and imagine success. You have to move towards it. Use visualization as fuel, as a mental blueprint. When you see yourself succeeding, ask yourself, what steps do I need to take today to make this vision real? Then take those steps. Start small if you must, but start. Each action reinforces your vision, making it stronger, more tangible. Over time, what once was a mental picture becomes your everyday reality. So from this moment forward, use visualization as a tool, not a fantasy. Train your mind to see success so clearly that it has no choice but to manifest, because once your mind believes it, your life will reflect it. 4 a.m. race, positive energy and gratitude. The law of attraction responds to the energy you put out. If you're constantly complaining, frustrated, and focused on what's missing, guess what? You'll attract more of the same. Your thoughts and emotions create a frequency, and that frequency determines what you receive in life. Gratitude shifts your energy. It signals to the universe that you appreciate what you have, and in return, you receive more. When you focus on what's going right instead of what's going wrong, your perspective changes. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles, abundance instead of lack. It isn't just a spiritual concept. It's backed by science. Studies show that practicing gratitude rewires the brain, making you more optimistic, reducing stress, and even improving your overall well-being. People who express gratitude daily tend to be happier, healthier, and more successful. Why? Because their minds are trained to seek the positive, to expect good things, and to attract them. Start a gratitude practice. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything grand, just something real. A kind word from a friend, a lesson learned from a challenge, the simple joy of having a meal on your table. Even in tough times, find something. The more you appreciate, the more you attract abundance. Gratitude is not denial. It doesn't mean you ignore problems or pretend everything is perfect. It means you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already present. And when you do that, your energy changes. You become a magnet for more good things. Successful people understand this. They don't dwell on setbacks. They find lessons in them. They don't complain about what they don't have. They leverage what they do have. And because of that mindset, they continue to grow, evolve, and attract success. So starting today, make gratitude a habit. Keep a journal, say it out loud, express it to others, feel it deeply. Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a practice, a way of life. And when you live in a state of appreciation, the universe responds in kind. You get what you focus on. So focus on abundance, focus on gratitude, and watch your life transform. 5 FAG, this inspired action. Manifestation isn't magic. It's a process of aligning your thoughts, energy, and actions with your goals. It's not about wishing for something and hoping the universe delivers. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts what they desire. You can't just sit and wait for success to appear. You have to take inspired action. If you want to start a business, start researching, make a call, take that first step. Even a small action creates momentum. The universe rewards movement. Think of manifestation as a partnership between you and the universe. Your job is to clarify your goal, believe in it, and take action. The universe's job is to align circumstances, people, and opportunities in your favor, but none of that happens if you don't move first. Many people misunderstand manifestation. They think visualizing their dream life is enough, but visualization without action is just a fantasy. The people who succeed are the ones who not only dream, but do. They take risks. They step into uncertainty. They keep going even when they don't see immediate results. Every action you take sends a signal. It tells the universe, I'm serious, I'm ready. And when you commit fully, when your mindset, emotions, and behaviors align with your vision, things start shifting in your favor. Doors open, people appear, resources come. But here's the truth. Most people never get past the dreaming phase. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. And in that waiting, they do nothing, but success doesn't wait. Success favors those who take the leap, even when they're scared, even when they don't have it all figured out. So what's the first step you can take today? Maybe it's making that phone call. Maybe it's writing down your business idea. Maybe it's signing up for that course. Whatever it is, do it. Don't wait, don't overthink, just move. Manifestation isn't about sitting back. It's about stepping forward. It's about proving to yourself and the universe that you're ready. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how quickly things start falling into place. Dream, believe, act. That's the real formula for manifestation. 6, remove negative influences. Success is impossible if you're surrounded by negativity, negative people, negative environments, negative habits. Your mindset is shaped by what you expose yourself to daily. And if that exposure is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, success will always feel out of reach. Audit your surroundings. Who do you spend time with? Do they uplift you or drain you? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? The people in your life influence your thoughts, emotions, and ultimately your actions. If you're constantly around those who complain, make excuses, or doubt their own potential, that energy will rub off on you. Now, go deeper. What do you consume daily? The news, social media, entertainment. Are these feeding your growth or fueling your anxiety? Are you filling your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and strategies for success? Or are you drowning in distractions and negativity? You must protect your energy. Success requires clarity, focus, and a powerful mindset. That means surrounding yourself with people and information that reinforce success, not sabotage it. Seek out mentors, books, and environments that inspire you. Follow individuals who have achieved what you desire. Engage in conversations that challenge and elevate you. Place yourself in spaces where ambition, discipline, and growth are the norm. This is not about cutting everyone off or avoiding reality. It's about setting boundaries. You can't control every situation, but you can control what you allow into your mind and life. If a relationship constantly drains you, limit your exposure. If certain content fills you with doubt, remove it from your daily routine. If an environment no longer serves your growth, find a new one. Think of your energy like a bank account. Every interaction, every piece of content, every habit either deposits into your success or withdraws from it. Are you making more deposits or suffering from constant withdrawals? Start today. Make small but intentional shifts. Replace toxic conversations with empowering ones. Swap mindless scrolling for purposeful learning. Distance yourself from those who dim your light and move closer to those who ignite it. Your environment shapes your success more than you realize. Protect your energy, guard your mind, and watch how quickly your life transforms. 7, be unbreakable. Belief in your self-doubt is the biggest killer of dreams. It is the silent force that erodes ambition, poisons confidence, and ensures that potential remains untapped. If you do not believe in yourself, why should the universe? The world is merely a mirror reflecting back the energy you put into it. When doubt dominates your thoughts, it manifests in your reality, creating obstacles where none existed when reinforcing the very fears that hold you back. Look at every successful person in history. What do they all have in common? An unshakable belief in their vision. They were not born with special privileges, divine luck, or extraordinary talent that set them apart. What separated them from the rest was their refusal to accept failure as an option. They faced setbacks, endured criticism, and encountered moments where quitting seemed easier. Yet, through all of it, they persisted. Their belief in themselves was stronger than their fears. They understood that self-doubt was nothing more than a fabricated illusion designed to keep them stagnant. Consider the stories of visionaries like Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. What if he had let doubt dictate their past? The answer is clear. Their dreams would have never come to life. Success does not belong to those who never fail. It belongs to those who refuse to let failure define them. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, not capable enough, or not lucky enough, you will unconsciously act in ways that reinforce those limiting beliefs. But the opposite is also true. When you replace doubt with certainty, when you shift from I can't to I will, the universe conspires to support you, opportunities appear, doors open, and the impossible becomes achievable. Every morning stand before the mirror and affirm to yourself, I am capable, I am deserving, I am unstoppable. Say it with conviction, because when you believe it, the world has no choice but to reflect it back. Your mind is your greatest ally or your worst enemy. The choice is yours. Will you let doubt kill your dreams, or will you choose to believe in yourself despite the fear? The moment you stop doubting and start believing, you set in motion an unstoppable force that propels you towards success. The universe rewards those who dare to believe in their own greatness. Make that choice today. 8. Let go and trust the process. Here's the paradox of manifestation. You must desire success, but you must also let go of the desperation for it. The moment you grasp too tightly, you suffocate the very thing you seek. Desperation sends a signal to the universe that you lack faith, that you do not trust the process. And in response, the universe mirrors that energy back, creating more resistance, more frustration, and more stagnation. Many people block their own success because they obsess over when and how it will happen. They plant the seed of their dreams, but constantly dig it up, checking if it has begun to sprout. They question every delay, overanalyze every challenge, and mistake stillness for failure. But success, like nature, follows its own rhythm. A tree does not rush its growth. The river does not question its flow. Everything unfolds in perfect timing. Instead of obsessing, set your intention and take action, but then let go. Detachment does not mean inaction. It means trust. Trust that the effort you put in will yield results, even if they do not come in the exact form or time frame you expect. The most successful people do not cling to a rigid path. They adapt, adjust, and remain open to the infinite possibilities the universe presents. Manifestation is a dance between action and surrender. You must do your part. Work hard, stay disciplined, and refine your craft, but you must also release the grip of anxiety and impatience. Have faith that what is meant for you will find its way to you as long as you remain in alignment with your purpose. Think of the farmer who plants a crop. He does not stand over his field demanding the seeds to sprout. He waters them. He ensures they get sunlight. He does his part and allows nature to do the rest. Likewise, you must nurture your dreams with consistent effort while allowing the universe to orchestrate the unseen details. The universe is always working in your favor. The delays, the detours, the unexpected turns, they are not obstacles, they are recalibrations. Trust the process. Your role is to believe, act, and let go. When you master this balance, success will flow effortlessly into your life, not out of desperation, but out of alignment. 9. Master persistence and resilience. Obstacles will come, doubts will creep in, but winners, they push through. They refuse to be defined by their struggles. They understand that the path to success is not a straight line. It is filled with twists, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. Yet what separates those who succeed from those who don't is one simple truth: persistence. Success isn't about never failing, it's about never quitting. Failure is inevitable, but it is not the end. Every failure is feedback, every mistake is a lesson, every setback is a setup for a comeback. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who rise every time they do. They refuse to let temporary defeats define their destiny. Think of any great leader, innovator, or champion. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. If they had given up, the world would have never seen their brilliance. What made them legends was their refusal to quit. Your journey is yours. No one else will walk it for you. Others may doubt you, some may try to discourage you, but their opinions do not determine your destiny. You must decide every single day that you are willing to keep going no matter what. You must build a mindset so strong that even when everything seems to be against you, you continue forward. So when the road gets tough, when you feel exhausted, when failure knocks at your door, remind yourself, I didn't come this far to only come this far. You have already overcome so much. You have fought battles others don't even know about, and you are still here, still standing, still moving forward. The difference between success and failure is often just one more attempt, one more try, one more day of pushing through. Champions are not made in comfort, they are forged in adversity. So embrace the struggle, trust the process, and most importantly, never ever quit, because the moment you refuse to give up is the moment you step into your power. Keep going, your future self is counting on you. 10. Give before you receive. The final secret to attraction: give first. The world does not respond to greed, desperation, or selfishness. It responds to value. The most magnetic people are not those who take, but those who give. They share knowledge, offer support, and contribute to the lives of others without expecting anything in return. And in doing so, they unlock the greatest truth of the law of attraction. You receive in proportion to what you give. Too many people approach success with a mindset of, what can I get? They focus on taking opportunities, taking resources, taking advantage of others. But true abundance comes from the opposite approach. What can I give? When you shift your focus from getting to giving, the universe opens doors for you in ways you could never imagine. Think about the most successful people in the world. They did not hoard their talents, they shared them. Entrepreneurs create products that solve problems. Authors write books that inspire. Leaders uplift those around them. The greatest fortunes and the most fulfilling lives are built on contribution. The more you give, the more you receive. This does not mean giving mindlessly or without boundary. It means adding value wherever you go. It means sharing knowledge, offering kindness, and using your skills to make the world a better place. When you become a source of positivity and generosity, people are naturally drawn to you. Opportunities seek you out. Success and abundance flow effortlessly in your direction. The law of attraction is not just about asking, it's about contributing. It is not enough to sit back and visualize success. You must step into the world and create value. You must give before you expect to receive. The universe rewards those who contribute, not those who simply demand. If you want more wealth, create value for others. If you want more love, give love freely. If you want more respect, show respect first. This is the cycle of abundance. It starts with you. So ask yourself, how can I serve? How can I contribute? How can I give first? When you make giving a habit, the world will return the favor tenfold. That is the final and most powerful secret to attraction, one that guarantees success, fulfillment, and a life of limitless possibilities. Your thoughts create your reality. Your beliefs shape your future. The universe is listening. Right now, this very moment, you have the power to start attracting the life you desire. So I'll ask you, what are you going to do today? Will you continue to wait for success, or will you start pulling it toward you? The choice is yours. The power is already within you. It always has been. Now go manifest the life you deserve. Most people quit, not because they're broken, but because they're comfortable. They stop at tired, they stop at bored. But here's the truth. Success doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to one thing, whether you show up. When your mind screams stop, that's when you force yourself to keep going. That's when the transformation begins. In few moments, you will learn exactly how to push past resistance, silence your excuses, and train your mind to become unstoppable. If you're tired of starting over, it's time to learn how to finish. Learn the decision to keep going. You are standing at a crossroads in your life. Before you stretch two roads, one leading back to comfort, safety, and everything you've ever known. The other, it leads into the unknown, towards dreams not yet realized, goals not yet achieved, and a version of you not yet born. I know it's tempting to retreat. The path behind you is paved with familiarity. It's lined with people who will tell you to stay where it's safe. Don't take risks. They'll say, be realistic, play it safe. But growth does not live there. It lives on the road ahead, the road filled with challenges, lessons, and sometimes even pain. But it is also the path of potential, of progress, of greatness. Every person you've ever admired stood exactly where you are now. They were not fearless. They were not certain. They were simply willing. Willing to risk failure. Willing to walk alone. Willing to push forward despite the fear. Abraham Lincoln was not a straight line to greatness. It was marked by countless defeats in business, in elections, in life. He lost jobs. He lost loved ones. He lost elections. Time and again, he was told no. But he refused to let those defeats define him. He kept moving. And that single choice to continue shaped the future of a nation. A nation is not alone. Behind every successful person is a trail of hardship. The authors whose books were rejected dozens of times. The entrepreneurs who went bankrupt before they built empires. The athletes who trained in silence long before anyone knew their name. What sets them apart is not luck or genius. It is decision. The decision to keep going. You must make that same decision now. You must decide that no matter how hard it gets, you will not quit. That no matter how much your mind screams for you to turn back, you'll keep putting one foot in front of the other. Because the path ahead, though steep and uncertain, holds the life you desire. You do not grow by avoiding the fire. You grow by walking through it. You become strong by leaning into discomfort, by embracing rejection, by rising again every time you're knocked down. Pain is not your enemy. It is your trainer. It breaks down what is weak and builds up what is powerful within you. This is your moment. This is where your transformation begins. Not in comfort, but in challenge. Not in safety, but in struggle. Decide now. Decide that you're done playing small. Decide that you're worthy of more. That your dreams are not foolish. That your goals are not too big. That you are not too broken. The world does not need more people hiding. It needs more people rising. And you right now have the chance to rise, to move forward despite the fear, to leave behind the life that no longer serves you and step into one that demands more but gives infinitely more in return. So take the step. Even if your knees shake, even if your voice trembles, even if you're the only one who believes in you right now, take the step. Because this right here, right now, is where everything changes. To define your purpose clearly, to keep going, you must know exactly why you're moving forward. Not vaguely, not someday, not maybe, but clearly, deeply, and without hesitation. Your purpose is the fuel that powers your journey. It's what drives you when everything else feels heavy. When the world says stop, purpose whispers go. Without it, even small challenges feel like mountains. But when your purpose burns bright, you can walk through fire and come out stronger. Purpose turns pain into progress. It gives meaning to the sacrifice. It transforms struggle into growth. Without a strong why, the journey will crush you. With it, the same journey will forge you. Martin Luther King Jr. did not march through cities, deliver speeches, and face hatred because it was easy. He did it because he knew what he stood for. He knew where he was going. His dream of equality wasn't a wish. It was a mission. Every word he spoke, every step he took was guided by an unshakable clarity of purpose. That clarity moved millions. It lit a fire in the hearts of others because purpose is contagious. When someone walks with conviction, people notice. They listen, they follow. You have that same power within you. But first, you must define it. Ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What problem burns in my heart to solve? What legacy do I want to leave behind? What impact do I want to make in this world? Let the answers be raw. Let them be real. Don't settle for vague goals or borrowed dreams. Get honest. Get specific. And once you've found the answer, write it down. Not once, not just in your mind. Put it on paper, on your wall, in your journal, anywhere. You'll see it often. Read it when you're tired. Repeat it when you're afraid. Return to it when doubt creeps in. Purpose is not a one-time spark. It is a daily fire you must keep lit. When the road gets hard, purpose will keep you moving. When you're tempted to give up, purpose will remind you why you started. It will become your compass when you feel lost. Your anchor when storms hit, your armor when the world pushes back. This isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. Purpose endures. Motivation is loud but short-lived. Purpose is quiet but eternal. Define it. Feed it. Guard it. Your purpose is not just a statement. It's your North Star. It's the reason your story matters. The reason you were given this life. It's not found in comfort. It's discovered in the moments you question everything, yet choose to keep going. There is greatness inside you, but it will not reveal itself until your purpose becomes clear. Only then will your steps gain meaning. Only then will your actions align with destiny. The world doesn't need more people who are just existing. It needs people who are on fire with purpose. People who know why they wake up, why they fight, why they refuse to quit. So ask the questions, search your soul, find your truth, and once you do, never let it go. Let your purpose pull you forward, step by step, day by day, until the life you've imagined becomes the life you live. Set concrete goals and milestones. Goals give your dreams structure. Without them, even the boldest vision fades into the background of daily distractions. A dream without direction is like a ship without a compass, adrift, lost, and eventually forgotten. But when you define clear, actionable goals, you give your dream a spine, a framework, a path. You begin to turn possibility into inevitability. Goals are not just wishes written down. They are promises to yourself. They are declarations that you will not leave your future to chance, that you will not sit back and hope. You will move. You will build. You will rise. History has shown us what becomes possible when vision is paired with precision. The moon landing was not achieved in one leap. It began with a vision, but it was brought to life through specific, measurable steps. Each calculation, each test, each mission a goal, and one by one, those goals form the bridge from Earth to Moon. That same power lives in you. Start today, not tomorrow, not when things are perfect now. Write your goals, not in your head, on paper, on your wall. Make them personal, make them real, make them visible. Don't settle for vague intentions or abstract wishes. Get clear about what you want, when you want it, and why it matters. Your goals should challenge you, push you forward, and remain deeply connected to your purpose. With clarity and direction, you begin to see the path. You begin to act with intention. Break your larger vision into milestones. Clear checkpoints that keep you grounded and focused. With every milestone you reach, you build trust in yourself. You begin to understand that progress is not a myth. It is happening step by step, decision by decision. Each small victory matters. Celebrate it. Let it remind you that you are not stuck. You are moving, you are becoming. This is how transformation happens, not by leaps, by steps, not by chaos, by structure. When your goals are clear, your actions follow. You stop wandering, you start building, you stop reacting, you start leading. There will be days when the dream feels distant, when the weight of the work feels too heavy. That is when your goals save you. They pull you back. They remind you why you began. They give you something solid to stand on. This is not about being perfect. It is about being committed. It is about showing up day after day, step after step, until your life begins to reflect your vision. Dream big always, but anchor that dream in daily action. Start small. Be relentless. Refuse to quit. Because when goals guide your journey, your dream is no longer a hope. It becomes your destination. And every goal you set, every milestone you reach, every step you take brings that dream to life. So start now. Choose one goal, one action, one step, and begin the journey that turns your vision into reality. 4, stay committed. Despite criticism, there comes a moment in every pursuit, in every daring dream, where the voices of the world begin to rise. Some may whisper in caution, others shout in disbelief. The tone may vary, but the essence remains the same, doubt. And often this doubt does not arise from malice, but from fear. Fear of the unknown, of the untested, of the unconventional. Yet it is this very path, this uncertain road that leads to greatness. The truth is, criticism and doubt from others can derail even the strongest ambitions, but only if you allow it. Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science, dared to defy the dogmas of his time. He looked through a telescope and saw a universe that refused to orbit the earth. His revelations threatened the very foundation of accepted knowledge. For this he was condemned, silenced and cast aside by those too fearful to confront the truth. And yet his vision endured. Centuries later, his name shines while his critics have faded into the shadows of history. Albert Einstein, too, faced fierce resistance. His ideas bent the very fabric of physics and shattered the limits of conventional understanding. His theories were ridiculed before they were revered. But he did not flinch. He trusted the clarity of his thought more than the noise of his critics. And today the world bows not to those who mocked him, but to the brilliance that transformed science forever. From these lives we learn a simple but powerful lesson. The judgment of others is often a reflection of their limitations, not your potential. When people doubt your path, it is usually because they cannot see what you see. Their vision is bound by the walls of their experience, while yours reaches beyond. If you surrender your dreams to their doubt, you trade infinite possibility for finite fear. You must therefore develop the discipline to separate constructive criticism from destructive noise. One sharpens your sword, the other seeks to dull your spirit. Welcome the first. Let it refine your craft, strengthen your resolve, and show you the blind spots you've yet to see. But as for the second, ignore it. Dismiss it like dust in the wind. For it seeks not your growth, but your surrender. Commitment in the face of criticism is one of the highest forms of courage. It is easy to stand tall when the crowd applauds you, but to keep walking when they laugh, to keep building when they mock, to keep believing when they doubt, that is the mark of the resolute. That is the signature of the visionary. Let their doubt be the backdrop to your determination. Let their disbelief fuel your fire. In time, your results will silence their resistance. Your progress will answer their questions. Your success will be the echo of your resilience. Understand this, no great change ever came without resistance. No revolutionary idea ever walked through the world unchallenged. But the world changes not because people accept something new, but because someone dares to persist despite rejection. You must be that someone. So stand firm in your vision. Carry it not like a fragile hope, but like a sacred torch. Shield it from the winds of doubt and feed it with the breath of belief. For one day, those who doubted you will no longer remember why. but the world will remember you. The one who stayed true. The one who did not yield. The one who transformed resistance into reverence. That is your power, and it is greater than any critic's voice could ever be. Continuously adapt and grow in your pursuit of success. You may have imagined the journey as a straight road, clear, predictable, and easy to follow. But life rarely operates that way. It twists, it turns, and it throws obstacles into your path when you least expect them. And in those moments, life does not reward the rigid or the unyielding. It rewards you only if you are adaptable. Adaptability is not a luxury you can afford to ignore. It is essential. It is what allows you to thrive when others falter. When markets shift, when plans fall apart, when relationships evolve, you must evolve too. What worked yesterday may be obsolete tomorrow. So ask yourself, will you adjust or will you be left behind? Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, he wasn't just a wartime general. He was a visionary political leader who understood the value of strategic flexibility. As President, Mr. Eisenhower faced a rapidly changing world. The Cold War, nuclear tensions, racial unrest, and shifting economic tides. Instead of relying solely on military might or partisan ideology, he took a balanced, pragmatic approach to leadership. Mr. Eisenhower spearheaded the development of the interstate highway system, not merely as an infrastructure project, but as a vital national defense measure. He expanded Social Security and maintained New Deal perms while keeping the federal budget in check, a delicate dance between progress and stability. And when faced with the rise of McCarthyism, he navigated carefully, choosing to preserve democratic values without fueling further division. Mr. Eisenhower's brilliance lay not in rigidity, but in his ability to adapt policy to the moment, to the needs of a changing America. You must learn to move like that, to bend without breaking, to stay in motion when the world tries to pin you down. Be willing to unlearn and relearn, continuously seek knowledge, expand your skill set. Don't cling to a method that no longer serves you. If a plan fails, don't see it as a dead end. See it as a signal to change course. Your principles are your anchor, yes. But your strategy must be flexible. There is no wisdom in charging into a wall when you could walk around it. Real strength is knowing when to pivot, when to adapt, and when to strike from a new angle. Too many people mistake stubbornness for resilience. They wear their refusal to change like a badge of honor. But you know better. You know that adaptability is not weakness. It is intelligence. It says, I will not be tied to the old way. I am committed to the outcome, not the outdated method. So stay focused, but stay flexible. The winds of life will shift. New challenges will arise. Let your sails adjust. Let your mindset evolve. Because life will not pause to give you time. It will continue to move. And your only choice is whether you will move with it or be swept aside. Do not fear the changes. Embrace them. Step into the unknown with confidence. Know that your ability to adapt is your power. It is what will separate you from the rest. In a world that constantly transforms, it is not the strongest who thrive. It is those like you who are willing to change. If you can master this skill, you will not just survive. You will shape the future. You will not be broken by life's challenges. You will become the force that turns them into opportunity. 6. Develop unshakable self-belief. Self-belief is the bedrock of success. Without it, every step forward feels uncertain. Every challenge feels heavier than it truly is. Without it, doubt creeps in, paralyzing progress and turning potential into regret. But with self-belief, you become unshakable. You move with intention. You speak with conviction. You act without hesitation. Challenges don't disappear, but they no longer break you. Instead, they build you. Muhammad Ali once declared, I am the greatest. To many, it sounded like arrogance. But to those who understood, it was clarity, it was power. It was a man who knew long before the world did that greatness lives first in the mind. He wasn't born the greatest. He became the greatest because he believed he was. That belief became his armor in the ring and his anchor outside of it. Through every setback, every fight, every storm, his self-belief never wavered. You must build the same, not a shallow confidence, not a temporary high, but a deep, unwavering belief in who you are and what you're capable of becoming. This belief begins with your words. Your mind listens. It absorbs everything you say about yourself. If you speak fear, it will grow. If you speak strength, it will rise. So speak power daily, relentlessly. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am becoming stronger every day. Not because you're pretending, but because you're becoming. Repetition carves truth. And the more you affirm your worth, the more your mind starts to believe it. But don't stop there. Prove it to yourself. Look at your past. Look at the storms you've already survived. The times you felt broken, yet kept going. The moments you didn't think you'd make it, yet here you are. Every victory, no matter how small, is proof. Proof that you have what it takes. Proof that you're stronger than you think. Gather those moments. Remember them. Let them become the foundation of your confidence. Then carry that belief into your actions. Stand tall, shoulders back, eyes forward. Speak as if every word carries weight. Act as if success is already yours. Because when you move like you believe, the world begins to respond. Doors open. Opportunities appear, not because of luck, but because self-belief shifts reality. You're not waiting for validation. You're not asking for permission. You are claiming what is already within you. Every legend you admire started here, not with applause, not with talent alone, but with belief. Quiet, consistent, and unshakable. This is not ego. This is not delusion. This is truth. Be spoken before it becomes visible. You will be doubted. You will stumble. But your belief must remain, not because you're perfect, but because you're persistent. So train your mind, feed it strength, starve it of doubt. Surround yourself with words, people, and actions that reinforce who you are becoming. Speak your victories into existence. And when fear rises, face it with the fire of belief. The world cannot stop someone who refuses to quit, someone who believes so deeply in their purpose, their potential, and their power that nothing can shake them. Be that person. Build that belief. And watch the world move to meet you. Harness the power of resilience. Life has a peculiar way of testing every ounce of strength within us. It does not ask for our permission before it sends storms our way. It simply does. And when it does, it is not the easiest path that defines our destiny, but the inner power we summon in the darkest of hours. This power, my friend, is resilience. It is the invisible force that pulls a man up when the world believes he will stay down. It is the quiet determination in the heart that whispers, try again, when failure screams, quit. History is generous in its examples, but one that stands as a towering testament is that of Thomas Edison. Imagine thousands upon thousands of attempts, all of them seemingly leading nowhere. The world would have scoffed. The critics would have laughed. Even close friends might have offered sympathetic advice to give it all up. And yet, Mr. Edison stood unmoved. He did not view each failed attempt as a defeat, but as a lesson. I haven't failed, he once said. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. These were not mere words. They were the battle cries of a man who understood that every setback was simply a step forward in disguise. What Mr. Edison practiced was not blind persistence. It was a philosophy of resilience. He did not curse the darkness. He sought the light. He didn't resent the struggle. He welcomed it as the crucible in which greatness is forged. That is the lesson life offers us through such men, to see obstacles not as barriers, but as necessary thresholds. Challenges are not punishment, they are preparation. Each trial, each disappointment, each moment of despair is sculpting us, chiseling away the excess to reveal the warrior within. And so when you find yourself weary, when your dreams appear distant, and the weight of the world presses upon your chest, pause. But do not retreat. Instead, remind yourself this pain is not the end. It is the beginning of your growth. The muscles of the mind, the strength of the spirit, and the courage of the heart, they are all built through resistance. You sharpen your skills not in moments of ease, but in the fires of difficulty. Wisdom is not handed out in times of joy. It is earned through the soul's wrestling with hardship. You must begin to expect resistance, and more importantly, respect it. For it is resistance that builds resilience. It is through falling that we learn to rise. And it is through rising again and again that we become unbreakable. Remember, resilience is not about perfection. It is not about a flawless path or a record untouched by defeat. It is about the courage to stand up every single time you fall. It is about choosing hope over despair, effort over apathy, and faith over fear. The resilient man does not wait for life to be easy. He grows stronger because it is hard. So let the world test you. Let it throw what it may. For each time you rise from the ashes, you do not return the same. You return wiser, stronger, more prepared. That is the secret. Every setback is a setup for your next triumph. Rise again and again until rising becomes your nature, and nothing, not even life itself, can keep you down for long. 8. Master your mindset. Your mindset dictates your future. Resilience is not merely a motivational phrase. It is a fundamental truth of life. Every thought you nurture, every belief you entertain, and every perspective you adopt becomes the lens through which you view the world and ultimately the map you follow. If that lens is clouded with negativity, doubt, and limitation, then every opportunity will appear as a threat. Every setback will feel like the end. But if that lens is polished with optimism, resilience, and a belief in growth, then even the darkest paths begin to reveal light. Imagine your mind as a garden. In this garden, your thoughts are the seeds. The mindset you carry, positive or negative, is the soil in which those seeds grow. You cannot expect roses from a soil filled with bitterness and fear. But plant seeds of courage, gratitude, determination, and hope in rich, fertile soil, and the flowers of your future will blossom with beauty and strength. You hold complete power over what seeds you plant. That power lies in your ability to choose your thoughts. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are the gardener. You decide what grows in the field of your life. It begins with awareness. Catch yourself when negative self-talk creeps in. Phrases like, I can't do this, or this always happens to me, or I'm not good enough, are not facts. They are patterns, habits of the mind, and like all habits, they can be broken. Every time you hear yourself planting a weed, uproot it. Replace it with a seed of possibility. Start saying, I can and I will. Say, this challenge is my teacher. Say, even if I fall, I will rise stronger. With repetition, these thoughts become beliefs, and those beliefs become the architecture of your action. Consider the lives of those who have achieved greatness. What sets them apart is not luck or an absence of hardship. It is the way they think. They have trained their minds to interpret struggle as growth, failure as feedback, and uncertainty as adventure. They have mastered their inner world so they can rise in the outer one. You must begin to do the same. Feed your mind with inspiration. Read the stories of those who endured and emerged. Surround yourself with voices and environments that reflect who you want to become, not who you used to be. Seek to yourself with the same encouragement you would offer someone you love, because you are someone worthy of love and worthy of belief. Let your mind become your strongest ally, not your greatest saboteur. When the storms of life arrive, and they will, your mindset will decide whether you are washed away or whether you rise drenched, undefeated. Success, after all, is not only about external achievement. It is first and foremost about internal mastery. This is the silent secret of all those who succeed over the long term. They do not just build businesses, families, or empires. They build inner fortresses. They cultivate stillness in chaos, clarity in confusion, and belief in a face of fear. Their lives are not perfect, but their perspective allows them to grow through what they go through. So take control of your mind today. Stop waiting for the world to change and begin by changing your thoughts. Instead of reacting, start creating. Instead of wishing, start doing. Instead of doubting, start believing. This shift does not happen overnight, but every day, every choice, every moment of awareness strengthens your ability to direct your life rather than drift through it. And soon, you will find that your outer world is beginning to reflect the quiet power you have nurtured within. By mastering your mindset, you do not eliminate hardship, but you transform it. You turn obstacles into stepping stones. You turn setbacks into setups for greater success. You stop asking, why me, and start declaring, watch me, because a powerful mind can overcome any limitation, and a focused spirit can achieve what once seemed impossible. The garden of your future is waiting. What will you choose to plant today? Ideas without action are worthless. You may have the most brilliant vision, the most detailed plan, or the most inspiring dream, but if you never move, if you never act, then all of it fades into nothingness. The world does not reward the ones who merely think, imagine, or intend. It rewards the ones who do, the ones who rise each morning, not just with purpose in their hearts, but action in their hands. The greatest tragedy in life is not failure. It is the regret of never having tried. It is the silence of an unwritten book, the absence of a song never sung, the emptiness of a business never built. Dreams are not destroyed by critics, nor stolen by time. They are quietly buried under years of procrastination and fear. You must understand, success belongs to the doers, the ones who act despite fear, despite uncertainty, despite the odds. The first step is never perfect. It may be clumsy, it may be small, but it is the only thing that separates potential from progress. Your vision is only as strong as your willingness to take the first step now. You do not need to see the entire staircase to begin climbing. You do not need everything to be in place before you move. Begin with what you have, do what you can, start where you are, because the moment you begin, momentum begins. And momentum is a force more powerful than inspiration. Action fuels action. Movement begets movement. One small step leads to another, and soon the path begins to reveal itself. Action builds confidence. With every task you complete, no matter how small, you teach your mind that you are capable. You train your spirit to push past resistance. You show your fear that it does not control you. Each step you take becomes a stone laid in the foundation of your success. And the more you act, the more competent you become, not because everything becomes easy, but because you become stronger. It is not the occasional burst of energy that changes your life. It is the consistent, deliberate effort you bring every single day. Greatness is not found in grand gestures. It is hidden in the quiet, relentless pursuit of a goal, one action at a time. What you do repeatedly defines who you become. So act decisively. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It does not exist. Conditions will never be flawless. The clock will never pause long enough for you to feel entirely ready. But readiness is not a requirement for movement. Commitment is. Boldness is. Belief is. These are the forces that drive action. Our success story begins not when others believe in you, but when you believe in yourself enough to act, and it grows stronger with every step you take. If you stumble, rise. If you fail, learn. If you doubt, move anyway. Because nothing changes until you change it. No dream lives until you breathe life into it. Remember this truth. Your future depends entirely on what you choose to do today, not tomorrow, not someday, today. The decisions you make, the tasks you complete, the steps you take in this moment shape the world you will live in tomorrow. So take that first step, make that call, write that page, start that project. Begin the journey, and once you start, never stop. Keep going, keep building, keep acting, because in the end, it is not the ideas you had, but the actions you took that define your legacy.